So if I can't sue the landlord now, wey the matter dey court, the landlord no fit pursue me comot for the house.
No, until that case
finish.
Yes.
So if the case finish, if the thing dey court now for the next 6 months.
Welcome to Hot Property Gist with Shelter podcast. On this session, we'll be talking about dissecting various problems between landlords, landladies, and their tenants. So I would like you to sit, relax, and enjoy this educative and interactive session. Thank you. Before we start, I would like to introduce our speaker for today. Sir, can you tell us your name?
All right, my name is Hime Dikijore. I'm a legal practitioner and lawyer, a property management consultant. I'm also very grounded in the real estate sector. So thank you for having me.
So as you can see, we have someone who is actually very grounded on conversations like this. So get ready, we are going to learn a lot. We are going to hear different kind of things that you can never imagine when it comes to issues relating to landlords and tenants, property issues in Nigeria. We are going to be unraveling a lot of mysteries. I'll call them mysteries, something that you can't even think of, like you no go even think am as e be. But okay, let's get to it. Today we'll be talking about a very important topic, and which is something that a lot of people abuse in Nigeria at the moment. So what are we going to talk about today? The question is, can a landlord or landlady increase their house rent just the way they want it? I mean, can a property owner just wake up one morning and call his or her tenant and say, your rent was 150K before, now the rent is now 500,000?
Okay, and generally, the law permits the owner of a thing to put a price tag
Okay.
on his property.
Okay.
Not just only landlord, but even if you own a particular property and want to give it out, whether you want to rent it, lease it, or sell it, the law does not foreclose you, does not prevent you from putting a price you want to.
Okay.
So you can put a price you want to. Under Nigeria current law, if a tenant is not in the property, the landlord can put his house rent at any price.
Okay.
Now, where the challenge is that when a tenant is already in the property and the landlord wants to increase the rent, the law does not say the landlord cannot increase. The law provides that the landlord must notify the tenant of that particular increase, and the tenant must accept that increase. The challenge most people have is that we don't know, most tenants don't know that, yes, when a landlord writes or calls or say, I want to increase rent, you have the right to negotiate it and agree or disagree to the amount as it is. They just feel like, you don't increase the rent or you don't increase the rent. What can I do? As it is. So the landlord, yes, he has power to increase his rent, but once a tenant is in the property, does not have the right to increase it on his own without the tenant agreeing to it.
So the landlord does not have the right to increase the rent of his own house without giving his tenant the appropriate time for the tenant to agree.
Of course.
Or a tenant must agree before a landlord can increase his rent for his own house.
The landlord can increase his rent first. Say, I want to increase my rent. It's his right now. He wants to increase it. Maybe the value has changed, price of property has increased over time. It's fine. But if there's a tenant in that house, that tenant must agree to that increase. So in English, we'll say the landlord cannot increase his rent unilaterally. That is on his own. To say, okay, my rent is moved from 500,000 to 1 million. That is final.
Okay, now in pidgin, that one mean say landlord no fit just wake up now make him say my rent na 500K before, now na 1 million. E not possible.
Yes, it's not supposed to be so.
But it dey happen every day for our street.
It happens because of lack of knowledge. God knows the Bible talk and say, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Okay. Now, the way it's supposed to be is that when landlord feels, okay, I want to increase my rent, some certain conditions must be right. Number one, if he dey in the agreement, say the landlord can increase his rent so time, they go follow wetin dey the agreement. If you no dey the agreement, first of all, the landlord must give the tenant adequate notice. If you want notify say why increase rent, at least minimum 2 months before the rent expire. Meaning your landlord cannot be a week to rent renewal of rent say you don't increase rent, or the day of renewal of rent to say I have increased rent. No, that will not follow. That's not
Okay.
banding. So if e be say the landlord want increase at that time, he go send notice at least 2 months before the rent expire.
2 months.
2 months before the rent expire. Now, if he send that notice to you as a tenant, say he want increase rent to so amount, it doesn't stop there. You as a tenant, you get right to tell am say, sir, this money too much for me o. I no fit pay 1 million. From 500 to 1 million is too much. Na 250 I fit pay. Or
on
na
top
750 I
on
fit
top
pay.
the landlord own house o.
Yes, because the relationship between you and landlord for property no be papa and pikin, no be oga and boy, no be king and servant. Na contractual relationship, na contract, offer and acceptance.
So wait. So also on this podcast, if you have anyone who is looking to rent an apartment, this podcast is one of the easiest way you can get an apartment anywhere in Nigeria, because as a prop tech company, we list various properties on our website www.myshelter.com, so you can go on our website and look at available properties for you. So, and also on this podcast, we'll be announcing available properties that you can rent anywhere in Nigeria. So currently, we have a 4-bedroom flat apartment at number 22 Dr. Kayode Okunade Street, Oworoshoki, Lagos, and the price is 3.5 million naira. But I also want you to note something as a prop tech company, that we want to ensure that things are easier for both landlords and tenants. If you are renting any property from shelter, you are not paying agency fee, you are not paying legal fee. So you can see that this is different from how it used to be. So again, we have a 4-bedroom flat at Oworoshoki, Lagos, 3.5 million naira, no agency fee, no legal fee. Okay. Then if you are a property owner anywhere in Nigeria, anywhere, when I mean anywhere, I mean it. When I say anywhere, I mean it. If you're a property owner anywhere in Nigeria, you can come and register to become a shelter landlord and enjoy guaranteed rent, which simply means you don't need to be running after your tenants for your rent. You just be in your house, and shelter handles everything from property management, facility management, rent recovery, which is the guarantee rent, and just managing your property for you. Will get everything done without stress. So you just be anywhere you are. Maybe you are in London, wherever you are, anywhere in the world, you have a property in Nigeria, shelter got you covered. Give you guaranteed rent, efficient property and facility management service, and we also access verified tenants from shelter. So everything relating to your property, we got you covered. And when I say we got you covered, I mean it. If landlord call me, say, okay, I wan increase my rent. Maybe the rent was 500k before. I wan increase my rent to 1 million. So I get the right to tell landlord say, no, na 600 I get.
Exactly.
So if I talk say na 600 I get now, wetin go come happen? If the landlord no come gree, wetin go happen?
We no dey say make you charge, make you fight the landlord or say, oh, na I get nothing else to fit do. We know wetin negotiation mean now. Say we go
Yes.
negotiate am. Landlord o, see, you don give circumstances say, things don increase, I need to increase my rent to 700 to 800 to 1 million. Landlord don talk im part. You as a ten ant on your own, you go talk your own part to say, landlord, things hard, as e take hard for you, na so e take hard for me o. This 1 million wey you don extra 500, I no go fit pay am, tough for me, my income no reach that one. Abeg, you go dey accept 600 now. So you go negotiate am. Now, some people go talk say, okay, what if the landlord no come gree na? You go talk say na you own insist as it own be. For Lagos, under section 37 of their tenancy law 2011, you as a ten ant fit sue landlord go court say, landlord increase the rent.
Repeat this thing again, make una dey hear o.
No, yes.
For this Lagos, this Nigeria wey
yes,
dey like
now.
this.
For Lagos, under section 37 of the tenancy law 2011, ten ant fit sue landlord
For inside the landlord
yes,
house.
say he increase rent arbitrarily, say don increase the money.
e no dey reasonable, the court go entertain am. The court go even look into the matter. If the thing increase dey outrageous, the court go determine price based on the rent wey suppose to be based on the actual circumstances. And the law will block the landlord sef from even evicting the ten ant when that case dey on.
Okay, wait, see, this thing don dey interest me now. So if my landlord tell me say he wan increase rent, I can't negotiate. I get the power to negotiate from wetin you talk now.
Yes.
I can't negotiate say I no get the money to pay this money, this amount wey you tell me, see wetin I get, and the landlord no come gree. According to the law for Lagos, na if to say na Lagos I dey, I fit sue the landlord.
Yes.
So if I can't sue the landlord now, wey the matter dey court, the landlord no fit pursue me comot for the house.
No,
until that case finish.
Yes.
So if the case finish, if the thing dey court now for the next 6 months.
This kind of case not the take, because what you are challenging, what you dey challenge na make dem vary the price. So the court no go really come dey say adjourn all those delay. So this kind of case fit finish like 2, 3, and 4 adjournment max, because what you are saying that the price too high. There's no be calling of witness, all those long process no go dey. The court will just interpret whether wetin una submit or wetin una submit, whether this rent wey dey increase, the price too high.
Okay.
So until that process finish, the landlord no go fit pursue you comot from the property.
Until that process finish. And sometimes the process finish like
3 months,
3 months, 4 months, 5 months. I go there, they enjoy free house.
Yes, not be free house, so that one
Na
wetin
wetin
dey clear.
na wetin I
The
suppose know be
law
that.
provide say you go pay for every single day wey you stay in the house.
Yeah?
Yes. If that rent don expire, take for example, maybe the landlord give you the notice 2 months, so say the landlord must give you notice within 2 months, say don increase, and maybe increase from 500,000 to 2.5 million. You come sue am go court say no, that's arbitration. You beg am negotiate, no gree. Come sue am say 2.5 million too high as a price, and you dey court. The case come finish, your rent expire maybe January, the case come finish for June. The court go mandate you make you pay from that period to the end, to when the case finish.
Wait, I been think say
There's no time when the law provide for the tenant to enjoy free house at any time.
but wait,
Whether case dey court or case no dey
wait,
court.
this matter don dey e don dey dey interesting. So on today's conversation, you can see that there are so many laws, so many things that we are supposed to know as tenants, as landlords. So this podcast, Hot Property Gist with Shelter, is something that will continue on another episode. So I want you to go on our YouTube channel, watch, relax with your family, your friends, share, and let them get this information so that they can know their own rights, either as tenants or as landlord. Thank you very much, our legal juggernaut. Thank you for opening our eyes, because
Thank you very much.
if not for all these things you said today, there are so many things I don't know, because I'm also a tenant. There are so many things I don't know about these issues, especially when it comes to rent increment.
That's why we are here to enlighten the people. Not to know which one be our right,
Yes.
which one be, like I want to say, our left.
Yeah.
But we know the one we law provide for us.
Yeah, because
And the one way we say law so we not fit do
Do.
both as landlord and as tenant.
because who knows, tomorrow now my landlady or my landlord can just call me that my rent don't increase. So I go know say I have the right, I have the powers
So negotiate.
to negotiate.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we'll meet again next time on your favorite podcast, Hot Property Gist with Shelter. So hook up with us, get to know about us. Our we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we are on TikTok, we also have our YouTube channel. So you can search wherever on any of these platforms, search My Shelter, then you get to know a lot of information about us. So once again, I would like to tell you, Shelter got you covered. Thank you.
Shelter got you covered.